What is up, everyone? It is your boy Razorbacks. Welcome back to another schedule prediction. This time it'll be the Arkansas Razorbacks football team. Last year Arkansas went 8-4. 8-4. I was right about the Razorbacks. I was right. They were gonna be a good team. I was right last year. The Razorbacks went 8-4. But now they're losing Treylon Burks. They're losing all those stars. So, you know what? I think so. But they're getting Jaden Hazelwood. They're getting a lot of good players from the transfer portal. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get on with the predictions. So, here is their schedule. They opened up the season with the Cincinnati Bearcats, a team that made the playoffs last year. But if you watched my preview prediction for the Cincinnati Bearcats, the Bearcats are losing a lot from last season. And a reminder, if you didn't watch my Arkansas versus Cincinnati preview prediction, go check that out. I'm gonna leave it down, link in the below. But anyway, Cincinnati has lost a lot of players, and two, they got crushed by Alabama's rushing offense, which have one of the worst rushing offenses in the country in the conference last year. So I think so I picked Arkansas to win in the Arkansas versus Cincinnati preview and prediction, and I'm gonna stand with it. I think Arkansas will start off 1-0 and beat the Bearcats. And then they get South Carolina at home. South Carolina gets Spencer Rattler coming in at quarterback, but Fayetteville is going to be a crowded place, so I think Arkansas, it won't be easy, but I'm expecting Arkansas to pull out with a win. And then they get Missouri State. Fun fact, Bobby Petrino, former head coach Bobby Petrino, is coming back to Arkansas after the motorcycle incident back in 2011. So Bobby Petrino should bring Missouri State a stellar offense and a really good offense, and he should bring a good team. But come on, it's Missouri State. 3-0. Come on, it's Missouri State. And then they get Texas A&M and Arlington. Last year, Arkansas defeated Texas A&M 20-10 in Arlington. It'll be in the same place this year. In fact, it's going to be there every year, probably until 2025. So, Texas, and now don't get me wrong, Texas A&M has the number one recruiting class in the country, but Arkansas is a good team. I think these are both good teams. I think these teams will compete with Alabama in the SEC West, this game is very important for both teams, because if each team wins, they get a chance to compete with Alabama in the SEC West. But with the talent on the other side, Texas A&M is really going to be a very young team next year, and I expect the Razorbacks to pull away on a game-winning field goal by Cam Little, and they will be 4-0 heading into the Alabama game. The Alabama Crimson Tide, probably one of the biggest games of the year for Arkansas. No, that is if they beat Texas A&M. They gotta beat Texas A&M though. But they're 4-0 heading to Alabama. Like I said in the Alabama video, if Alabama were to lose the game, it's on the road at Arkansas. It is on the road at Arkansas now. But Alabama has a lot of starters. Is getting Bryce Young and Will Anderson back. They're also bringing back Henry To'o. They're bringing all of those guys back. Now, they're losing Jamison Williams and John Mechie, but they're returning Slade Bolden. They are returning those guys. They lose Jamison Williams and John Mechie, but they are losing those guys, but they're returning a lot of guys. So I think this game will be close for like 3 quarters and probably early in the fourth quarter. But Alabama is gonna score a touchdown, and the Tide are gonna roll it. Is gonna score a touchdown to put the game away, and the Tide are gonna roll again. Sorry, Arkansas. So 4-1 for Arkansas. Then they get go on the road at Mississippi State. Last year was a lot closer than I expected. Will Rogers came in and he absolutely torched this Arkansas defense, but because Mississippi State missed the field goals, that was the reason why Arkansas won. So Mississippi State is coming into this year with a lot of talent, but Arkansas should be able to sneak out a win over in Davis Wade Stadium, and then on the road at BYU. The BYU Cougars. Yep, the BYU has lost Zach Wilson, but I don't know what their team looks like. But Arkansas does lose to a random team every year, and I think BYU will be one of them. So Arkansas with 2 losses now, they're out of the playoff conversation. Then they go on the road to face off Auburn. I think Auburn's not really. I don't know. We don't know what Brian Harsin, what the future for Auburn is. So I think Arkansas should get this win. I mean, Auburn did beat Arkansas last year, 38-23. They did really surprise me, but this year I expect Arkansas to get Auburn and pull away with the victory. But again, I said that last year too, so we never know. And then they get Liberty at home. You're getting Hugh Freeze and the Flames coming in. Malik Willis is gone for Liberty, so even with Liberty, they couldn't be a really good team. So give me the race. I think Liberty will keep this close in the first half, but in the second half, Arkansas is going to pull away. Then they get LSU. Brian Kelly, the Notre Dame coach, coming in. I think LSU will be much better next season, but expect the Razorbacks to get a defensive battle win. And then they get Ole Miss. They last year it was a shootout, and Ole Miss, it was a shootout. It was a really great game. It was voted and it was game of the year last year, but. Arkansas failed the 2-point conversion, and Ole Miss got the win. Now it's in Fayetteville, and I think home field advantage is gonna be the reason why the Razorbacks get the W. And then they finish things out always on the road at Missouri. Eli Drinkwitz and the Tigers, obviously they're not going to be much better next season, so they're losing Tyler Beatty, they're losing Connor Bazelak, so give me a win for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and that's how my Razorbacks are going to finish. They're going to finish off the season 10-2, their first 10-win season since 2011. They will get their first 10-win season since 2011. They finish off 7-1 with that only 1 loss to Alabama. They will be second place in the SEC. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Razorbacks Roll, signing off.